So we did this one, and we did this one, and we'll probably work again sometime because I like working with her.
And I like working with you.
And we've never really done a full take a character through a book.
I think it'd be great. Because they just look so different all the time. I mean, like a person. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many great poses. And, yeah, then it could turn into whole scenes.
Well, I had come up with a books, a kind of an idea about a dog that writes. Rufus writes.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought it'd be great. He could leave notes for people. More snacks, please. More, and I don't want to go to the vet. And the idea of a dog, and that would be actually kind of a comic book. But
yeah, that sounds like more surreal artist.
It does, but then maybe you can do surreal. I'll give her 2 days and she'll do it. So. But working together with an illustrator it can be very complex. I know you've talked to other people about this. But we as writers, when we get through with a book, we really do, if we are honest and true professional writers, we give it up. It's like having a child, and when the child goes to college, you can't tell what time it comes in, or he or she comes in at night. You give it up, and so we're good at giving up. And so it becomes her book, and I'm really pretty good at doing that, don't you think? I don't ever foist my ideas on you.
No, but I hope that you look at it when I'm done, and you think, oh, I'm glad she did that, and I had thought of something else. And
well, no, that's, but it really is a collaboration, but it's an independent collaboration because she takes it and goes with it, and she has a different view of it. And I've written picture books before and given them over, and they come with completely different characters than I had in mind when I'd written it. I mean, Through Grandpa's Eyes is one I remember that I wrote a story about a blind grandfather and a child, and of course I had my father who was not blind, but I thought about him and my son. And then it came with different people, and you're startled for a minute, and then you aren't anymore because the book has a life of its own, and it takes on. That's kind of the magical part of this, I think.
Try to think if there's anything else I wanted to know. You said you work with oil paints. Do you always work with oil paints?
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
You don't do watercolor, do you?
No, I had a really bad experience with watercolor in high school.
That sounds like a bad date.
And I just felt like you can't make a mistake. But it was before I knew so many other things, like how to paint light and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like I can use oil paint like watercolor,
and you do.
Like here, when
you
I
wash
rub
it over.
it looks like a wash. So it does everything, oil paint. And then it's forgiving. I could wash it right off.
You know how to manage it.
Yeah.
And David
He's
paints in
watercolorist.
Yeah.
My husband does landscapes, and he does oil, and he does really nice watercolors. But he also is a printmaker, and he can use all different mediums.
He does, doesn't
And
he?
and he said actually, a great artist can make a great work of art with his own shit. So he can use any medium. Actually, shit is pretty beautiful if you were to take it out of its context and use it as a medium.
Well, anything can be used as a medium. It is a rich color.
Brown. Burnt sienna.
It is, yeah.
Ochre. Cadmium yellow.
So you have some of the original art from Once I Ate a Pie, right?
I have all of those paintings, and then I have all the
which you will use in
Yeah,
the
if we
exhibit.
could take some pictures of those.
I think that would be
great.
a good thing to do. I don't want to tell you what to do,
So
but
here are the
whose bike is this?
mine.
Really?
Yeah, I should write it. I have a fear of biking.
You do?
I fell off. See this? I fell
You
off.
fell?
I mean, I
don't
just have
blame you.
I have gravitational insecurity.
I have fear of car wash, so I never wash my car.
What do you think's gonna happen?
I don't know. It's just it's
Jarring?
claustrophobic and things going on, and you're locked inside the car. Now, how are you going to use some of this?
I'm going to transcribe it and use some of it as interview, and then if there's a few minutes that work well as a video, we might put some video on the site.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Yeah.
very nice. Because everybody has a different thing to say.
Everybody's been saying a lot of different things.
I
and
think
it's,
that's true. Now, you've interviewed Jane, right?
We're seeing Jane on Monday, so we
Uh-huh.
haven't actually talked to her yet. But we
And so
interviewed Corinne and Kathy Brown,
Yeah.
and we talked to Dennis Nolan the other day.
Yeah, and Dennis did whose book with that?
Jane's book.
Jane's, yeah.
The Perfect Wizard, the Hans Christian Andersen biography.
picture is amazing. It looks just like my dog. I'll have to show
Oh,
you.
really?
It's really amazing.
Yeah, why don't you get over there, because you don't need me right now.
You know, I have the paintings too.
I think you should get a couple of paintings out if you can.
Yeah, and what I'd like is maybe to get like real close on just
Single.
each one to see, depending on what we end up doing with the site. I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do yet.
Now, will you in any time take these to New York City and show them to them in person?
Oh, I have to bring them in by June 1st. I'm going to go May 27th and
That's like
bring
in a
them.
couple weeks.
I know, I really have crank.
Yeah,
I've been literally ball and chain to this,
I
to the
see.
studio, which has been really fun. I love that.
Yeah, I know you do. Well, it's what you do.
Oh my god.
Other than be a mother and a cook and
Oh, this one I had to hang, but it had the puddle of pee on the back, and maybe the poop. I can't remember.
Do we have a sketch for this one? Maybe we could take a picture of them next to each other?
I didn't take a sketch. I didn't do
Okay.
a sketch. I just painted it.
Okay.
it's like a first draft, Katie.
You know, I like to go straight to painting. I don't draw.
Well, you're a painter. You're not necessarily a sketcher drawer, are you?
I used to sketch and draw, but I'm much faster at painting than I am at drawing. So it's like, why?
You
why
think it has something to
slow
do
down?
with color and texture and everything?
Paint just, the oil paint moves really fast, and sometimes I'll do a drawing and it will look nothing, and I'll be like, oh, I think I want to paint this, and then once you have the
doesn't
color,
look
it
the
doesn't
same.
translate.
Wow, that's
Totally.
interesting.
So I'm like, that's a step that just never really helped me, but I really should investigate doing more drawings for my other paintings, but I don't know, that's what's nice about working so small on my other paintings, that
Yeah.
if I don't like it, I change it.
And you know, actually, Katy and I think before we did the first book, she said to me, I bought a couple of her portraits and her, and I think you did flowers. I have 2 of your flower things.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm tired of doing people and flowers. Let me do your dogs. So she did a portrait of my dog.
Ah.
And actually, it's a great portrait.